Hi everybody, I'm Charlie. This is On Air, my Beatles collection. Merry belated Christmas to those of you around the world, and happy Boxing Day to my friends in the UK. Well, what does Boxing Day make us think of? Magical Mystery Tour. Yes, 57 years ago today, Magical Mystery Tour appeared, the movie Magical Mystery Tour appeared on TV in black and white, which was rather disappointing to most critics and many watchers. They either didn't get it because they thought it would have more of a plot, or they didn't get it because it should have been in color, and it was intended to be in color, but it was broadcast in black and white. So that was 57 years ago today. But a couple of weeks before that, this really started it all. This is the double EP, and this has a booklet and photos and such from the film, along with a storyboard. Some great pictures that turned into video. This has the lyrics in the middle, so if you took the lyrics out, you get that full picture there. Anyway, I won't go through the whole book, but this was really what really started it all, and this is a 2 EP set. So this has Magical Mystery Tour, Your Mother Should Know, I Am the Walrus, Fool on the Hill, Flying, and Blue Jay Way on the 2 discs. And of course, they were on Parlophone. So here's the original 45 with the original Parlophone sleeve. This one is in perfect condition, has never been played. I never had a reason to play it because growing up here in the U.S., we had this thing called Capitol Records, and Capitol Records decided to make this an album. So what they did is they added Penny Lane, Strawberry Fields, All You Need Is Love, Baby You're a Rich Man, and Hello Goodbye to make this an album. So this is really sort of 1967's greatest hits for the Beatles, minus anything related to Sgt. Pepper, of course. So this is what we had here in the States, and of course this has the full 12-inch by 12-inch booklet rather than the small one that would come with an EP. So that's not really what I wanted to show you today. I wanted to show you a couple of really special items, and one is official and seems to have been forgotten, and that is this box set. This is a special edition Blu-ray and DVD version of Magical Mystery Tour. It's got a magnetic opening. When you look inside, you've got a ribbon there. The first thing that comes out of there is a really nice booklet, much nicer than the original booklet from the film. I'll show you that. Look at how many pages that is. There's the back. There's the bus, of course. And just tons of really great shots from behind the scenes from the film. Some in color, some in black and white. There's a few more. Won't show you every page, but now this was released officially. Even came with a little bookmark. It looks like a ticket. So that goes in the book there. So this box set, it seems like people don't even remember it. But when you pull that ribbon, you get 2 more things. You get this. This is a Blu-ray and a DVD. So let's take out the Blu-ray. We'll look at the disc itself. There it is. Magical Mystery Tour on Blu-ray. Of course, great sound, great picture. And then also on DVD. Of course, it says DVD down there. And this special features include director comment by Paul McCartney, The Making of Magical Mystery Tour, Ringo the Actor, Meet the Supporting Cast, Your Mother Should Know, Blue Jay Way, Flew on the Hill, Hello, Goodbye from Top of the Pops, 1967, Nat's Dream, I'm Going in a Field by Ivor Cutler, and Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush by Traffic. And of course, there's multiple languages and so on available on that. And here is what that looks like. And of course, it says DVD down there. It just surprises me. You almost never see this. You almost never hear anybody talking about it. And so anyway, the special commentary and the special features are on both the Blu-ray and the DVD. So that's the next thing you see after the booklet. So that's behind there. And then there is a reproduction of the original EP that I showed you a minute ago. And of course, this has the booklet too. This one doesn't have, oh, it does have it in the same place. This is a heavier stock paper, but it also has the same centerfold, if you will, with the lyrics and that full wide picture there. Anyway, this is in great condition, of course, because it's never been played. And it doesn't have the original Parlophone sleeves. It has white sleeves, but it has the Parlophone label. So, to me, it's just such a great set. If you're looking for all of these things individually, and you know you're trying to find the originals, well, you're not going to find the original DVD and Blu-ray in a set like this. You might find the original version of this, which I showed you a minute ago. But, you know, in this box, you know, this is how it goes. So the ribbon is there, so it helps you get it out of the box. And this goes in, and this goes in, and this goes in. The ribbon comes over, the box closes, it magnetically seals. It's a great little package. I don't recall what year this came out. I think it was 2012, but I'm not certain about that. I know I've had it all that time, and it just seems to be forgotten. You know, people keep clamoring for more Magical Mystery Tour outtakes and such, and of course that doesn't really cover that in here. But I have something where it does cover that, and that's really the special item I wanted to show you today. This is the box set we should have gotten. This is the real alternate Magical Mystery Tour. You can see the label there. There's only 500 of these anywhere. And this is a low number, number 89. There's 5 LPs in here. There's also, let's see, 3 CDs and 1 DVD. I'll show you the back. If you want to pause that, you can read it for yourself and see what's on there. I'm going to read it to you anyway, but I'll start with the DVD. The DVD is over 5 hours of magic, it says, and the complete Magical Mystery Tour Laserdisc version is here on the DVD, plus a whole lot of bonzos. So that's what it says for the DVD. For LP1, it's all the show songs in mono on side 1, and all the show songs in stereo on side 2. So all the show songs, of course, are Magical Mystery Tour, Fool on the Hill, Flying, Blue Jay Way, Your Mother Should Know, I Am the Walrus, and Hello Goodbye. Those are all the show songs. And then disc 2, LP2, is the recording sessions. And that's take 9 of Magical Mystery Tour, demo take 1 of Fool on the Hill, various takes, take 7 through 9 and take 16 and 17 of I Am the Walrus, and then the King Lear radio broadcast, isolated as just a King Lear radio broadcast. And then side 2 of LP2 is take 3 of Blue Jay Way. It's the long version and take 8 of Flying. It's take 8 of Your Mother Should Know and take 1 of Hello Goodbye. LP3, side 1 of that, is The Trip of a Lifetime, the 1988 stereo video soundtrack mix. And again, Magical Mystery Tour, Fool on the Hill, Flying, Where's the Bus, I Am the Walrus, Five Little Dicky Birds Sitting on Your Head, Jesse's Dream, Song of the Volga Boatman, and Blue Jay Way. And then the other side of disc 3 is I Wonder What the Magicians Are Cooking Up Now, the Bus Medley, I've Got a Lovely Bunch of Coconuts, Toot Toot Tootsie, Happy Wanderer, When Irish Eyes Are Smiling, When the Red Red Robin Comes Bob Bob Bobbing Along, Never on a Sunday, Orpheus in the Underworld, Your Mother Should Know, Magical Mystery Tour, Hello Goodbye, George on Seen and Heard, John on Where It's At, and Paul and Kenny all together now on a wireless machine. And that is a vinyl-only bonus track. And then LP 4, side 1, is the alternate US album version with Magical Mystery Tour, Fool on the Hill, Flying, Blue Jay Way, Your Mother Should Know, I Am the Walrus on side 1. Side 2 is Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, Baby You're a Rich Man, and All You Need Is Love. And then disc 5, side 1, alternate stereo mixes of the same songs, Magical Mystery Tour from the Anthology DVD, Fool on the Hill from the Anthology DVD, Blue Jay Way from the Laserdisc from 1988, Your Mother Should Know from the Anthology DVD, Hello Goodbye from the 1993 promo video, and I Am the Walrus from the Anthology DVD. And then side 2 of LP5 is Hello Goodbye 2001 promo video mix. I Am the Walrus is from the Love album. Hello Goodbye is from the Anthology DVD. I Am the Walrus is the rock band version. Hello Goodbye is the rock band version. And then Magical Mystery Tour was the new mix. So that is what you get in that box. 5 LPs. Also, those 5 LPs are on the 3 CDs. So I'm going to open the box up and I'm going to show you. This is, by the way, a lenticular cover. So this is like a piece of plastic and it's glued on there. It's sort of three-dimensional. I don't know if you can't really see it, but in person you can see movement when you wiggle it. Anyway, again, it's number 89 of 500 in the world. So this is what you see when you're inside the lid. You got 3 CDs plus the 1 DVD on obviously a custom label. And then got this little booklet here, which is really just a folder, and it looks like the outer cover. This is not a lenticular cover, this is just print. And then inside, you see this. So again, scenes from the movie. Quite nice to have, you know. And then there are the records. These are color vinyl. This is side 8 and 7. This is side 5 and 6. Again, red vinyl. These are in polyline sleeves, by the way, that came that way, in polyline sleeves. I didn't have to put them in polyline sleeves, which I usually have to do. Here's side 3 and 4. This is red, but it's also marbled. So I don't know if you can see, maybe down here where my finger is wiggling, you can see some of the marbling. There's some black up near the label. Show you the other side. You can see a little bit more marbling from this side. Again, that custom Magical Mystery Tour label. And then the first disc, no, sorry, this is disc 1. Yeah, side 1, so that's disc 1 in blue. And side 2. This is marbled also. You can't see the marbling that well, I don't think, on the video. Maybe a little bit, but that's the blue one. And then there's one more. This is side 9 and 10. So this is actually disc 5. They're a little bit out of order in the box. So the first one and the last one are blue. There's side 10. And there is side 9. So I love the vinyl. Those of you who know me know that I've said many times I'm a sucker for color vinyl, and I'm also a sucker for box sets, particularly when they come with DVDs, CDs, and vinyl. You know, to my way of thinking, this is the box that we've been waiting for. You know, when people talk about, I hope they do Rubber Soul, Super Deluxe. I hope they do Magical Mystery Tour, Super Deluxe. And then some people will say, well, what could they do with Magical Mystery Tour besides, you know, the Capitol album, you know, which at least is expanded versus the, you know, the original British double EP. Of course, the Capitol album version became canon, became the standard, and it is now, you know, offered worldwide as the official Magical Mystery Tour. But, you know, even with that, you're only talking about a limited number of songs. And people like the Super Deluxe boxes because they get a lot of outtakes, alternate takes, demos, you know, that sort of thing, take ones. So you really get a feel for the development of the songs and some of the studio chatter and some of the fun going on behind the scenes. To me, this box set meets all those requirements, and it's very well done. It's, you know, it's a nice heavy gauge box. I didn't put the cover on right. Let me fix that. There we go. Got a nice lenticular cover. It's got that nice hype sticker. Got the DVD so you can actually watch the movie, plus all these other special features. So this is from the Real Alternate Album series. I've shown some other ones. I've shown the Butcher one. I showed the Rubber Soul one on the anniversary of the Rubber Soul 60th anniversary, which I think on that video I mistakenly called it the 50th anniversary. It just seems like it couldn't be 60 years ago, but it was the 60th anniversary of Rubber Soul. But again, I have a real alternate box set from that one, so if you want to see that, check out the earlier videos. And of course, over the years, there's been so many other opportunities to get a hold of both the music and the video. I have this particular set, which includes Help, Magical Mystery Tour, the first U.S. visit, and the making of A Hard Day's Night. That was a nice one to have. So there's the Magical Mystery Tour DVD. These are not Blu-rays, these are DVDs. And this is actually the just the movie. There's no special features on that I remember. And then this was another version of the DVD that was available. I'm sure somewhere I have the VHS as well. That's what that looks like on the inside. And then, of course, you know, regarding the albums and the music itself, we got, when CDs came out, we got these long boxes. If you know the history with the long box, I don't know about the world, but in the U.S., all the record stores had bins, wooden bins for the most part, that were designed to hold 12-inch albums. So in order to match up with that, they had to come up with a 12-inch box that would fit in the same bins. And so that's why we got these long boxes. Eventually, they did away with the long boxes, but this was the standard first issue CD here. I mentioned that the album became canon worldwide. This is the UK version of the full album, and here's the Parlophone label to prove it. And then maybe the most famous version is this one. Great sound. These happen to be bootlegs because there's 3 of them here, and they're all on color vinyl. 2 different color blue. But this is the sort of the famous, or you might say infamous, version of Magical Mystery Tour. Let me take just one of them out here to show you the back cover. So Um, this is the same song track list as the regular full length album. Um, it's this is from Germany. See down here, this is from Germany. This one had the first, I believe it's the first true stereo version of I Am the Walrus. True stereo all the way through. So I don't have the original, and I don't really feel the need to search the world and pay an exorbitant price for it at this point. But I got 3 of them on color vinyl, so I guess I'm pretty much all set on that. But the lead story today is the official movie, sound, DVD, and Blu-ray box set that I showed you, and also the real alternate box that, unfortunately, you're probably not going to be able to find one of those. If you do, it'll be from another collector, like myself. As I said, there's only 500 in the world, and you're probably going to pay $400 for it if you can find one. There's several in the series of real alternates. Actually, on eBay today, I saw the red album and the blue album each. The real alternate box sets for each one of those have been on eBay for a while. I happen to have those already, so I have a bunch of them. Those 2, I believe, are on eBay right now for $400 each. So they're pretty elaborate, and they're pretty rare. Some of them there's 600 of, some of them there's only 300 of. Depending upon which title and how well I guess they anticipated it selling, they had different prints. Some of them have 3 LPs and 2 CDs. Some of them have 5 or 6 LPs with 3 CDs. Some of them also have the DVD, as this one did. Some of them don't have that. They're all a little different, and they're all from the 20 teens. I don't think any of them were produced since 2020. So it's not like you can go find one that's still available that has never been sold. You'll only find them through other collectors. And, of course, collectors move stuff. They trade stuff. Sometimes, they just, they get tired of something. They've had it for a long time and they decide to cash in. If you paid $150 for it, originally, and you can sell it for $400, some people might be inclined to do that. I've seen a few for $300. I don't think I've seen any for $200 in a long time. So, you're not likely to find one cheap, and you'll have to pry it out of the hands of a collector. So you might not find a real alternate very easily. If you're searching places like eBay or Etsy or any place like that, the way to search it is Beatles Real Alternate Album. And if you want to add the title, I saw Let It Be recently. I saw an Abbey Road recently. I saw a White Album recently. Those particular ones I just mentioned didn't have enough that we don't already have, because those have all been released as Super Deluxe, official Super Deluxe. Of course, the real alternates came out in the 2010s before there was a Super Deluxe. So there's a lot of overlap, and I didn't feel like I wanted to spend $400 a piece for Let It Be or Abbey Road. In particular, or the White Album, because I have so much material on those 3 albums. But when you go back to Yellow Submarine, Magical Mystery Tour, Sgt. Pepper, Revolver, Rubber Soul, and so on backwards, a lot of that stuff hasn't come out. And even if it has come out on the anthologies, these tend to be different tracks. So even if you have track 7 or whatever of something, you might get track 1 here, or track 2, or track 15. So there isn't a lot of overlap with that. Some of this stuff has been bootlegged before. So, depending upon your favorite bootlegger, there's all kinds of, different labels. I put labels in quote, that have released a ton of bootlegs. So, if you have them, okay, so you have them. I like having all these in one place. I could listen to these albums or these CDs and not really have to search high and low for more bootlegs of those songs. And when you pair that with the anthology, plus, I have the new anthology, volume 4, or the full redone set. And I also have a box set that I did on here recently called Anthology Outtakes. And, you know, that's different versions in the same style of the anthology. And that one's in chronological order. It's a box set. It's just like this. There's color vinyl and all that. That one, I believe, is only 200 in the world. So that's even more rare. But anyway, you can go back and check the earlier videos and you can see a lot of this stuff. Today I wanted to celebrate Magical Mystery Tour particularly, even though I've shown it in a group with other real alternate box sets. Probably about a year ago I think I did shows with 2 or 3 or 4 of them at one time. And then I did another show with another 4. But I wanted to isolate on Magical Mystery Tour today, the way I did Rubber Soul a few weeks ago, because I thought, you know, a 60th anniversary was significant for that. And, you know, 57th is significant enough, and today is Boxing Day. So I thought, you know, it's Magical Mystery Tour Day. So anyway, so that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. Please hit the like button if you like this stuff and you like seeing some of the not so strange and some of the more, you know, more rare stuff that I like to show. Then, you know, please encourage me by your thumbs up, your comments. If you have a hype opportunity and you want to hype this video, I'd love to see that too. And hopefully you can share it too if you want to share the video with your friends or somewhere else. I usually share it on my Facebook page called My Beatles Collection. And, you know, so people that are in that group, which is almost 6,000 people now. So if they're inclined to come over here through an easy link to get over here to see it on YouTube, you know, I put it over there for them. But if you want to share the video with your friends or with somebody else, just hit the share thing down there and copy and send it over to whoever you want to send it to. The more the merrier. So that's it for today. I'll be doing my Christmas swag video will be coming up in a couple of days. That's where any new stuff that I acquire as a result of receiving presents. So this wouldn't be stuff I bought for myself. This would be stuff that other people buy for me. Maybe there won't be any, you know, but almost every year I get sometimes a substantial amount of Beatles stuff. So I call it my Beatles swag video, and I'll probably do that on the 29th or 30th of December. I've already done a year in review a couple of days ago for all the stuff that I acquired during the course of the year myself. And I'll do a look forward video on New Year's Day where we'll talk about 2026 and talk about what we'd like to see, what we hope to see, what we probably won't see, and all that. So stay in touch here and subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and come back and see us, and you'll get to see whatever we get to talk about in the coming weeks and months and year. So that's it for today. So thanks again for stopping by. Take care.